Hi everyone, this is Daniel Vermillion for our final presentation. I apologize in advance that I am filming this in an airport. My flights got delayed, so I'm stuck until morning. So I'm sorry if this is a little bit shaky or a little out of focus. But my problem that I was trying to solve was identifying if it was more cost effective to buy a house in Kansas City or if renting was more effective over a 5-period span. The methods that I was using regression analysis and some decision trees as well, but also using future predictive analytics based on historical data to kind of identify the trend and where it was headed in the future. The results that I got was that the growth of house sales is increasing exponentially over the past decade. It's increasing at 5.4% per year. So the average house sale has increased a lot over the past decade, and you can see my data actually in my final presentation attached. But with that, there is not really any signs of housing lessening at the moment. Fed's just lowered rates. It's still strong. So pending some type of catastrophic event, I do foresee it increasing and home values increasing in Kansas City, probably at that same 5.4% year after year. That being said, the inventory of houses being sold in Kansas City has actually decreased a lot. We have went from over 14,000, if I'm looking at my numbers correctly, to just over 6,000 available houses that is new and existing houses for sale. So that means that there's less inventory, but houses are getting more expensive. Also, that is probably helping push the house pricing up even more. The last hypothesis that I looked at was it more cost efficient to buy a house or rent just over a 5-period span? With that, based on the value of the price of a house that you can purchase now and what you'd get for it when you'd sell, even after all the expenses, and you can see those broken down in my project, you would still save about $50,000 versus just renting over that 5-period span. Now with that, there are some determinants, whether you're going to stay in the same area for 5 years. Can you afford the down payment? Because if you can't afford down payment, there are other issues. And if you can have those other upfront costs prior to selling your house. So with that, there are other considerations, but on a whole, if you can afford all those costs and the down payments, you can actually save more money buying a house if you're going to stay there for at least 5 years than you would renting over that time period. Now, what I've kind of learned about with this whole project is there's a lot of data and you can do a lot of stuff with it. Now, with the hypothesis that I had and the testing that I did, I stayed very focused. But you can also expand this to look at housing markets for a state, for the whole country, or even a specific town if you want to get that specific into it. And you can look at different things of different values of houses, if you just want the new houses, if you just want the renovated house. There's a lot of data out there. But I've also learned a lot more about regression analysis, decision trees, factor analysis all throughout this project, just figuring out really what works and what doesn't. Because all these are good tools, but at the same time, not all of them are going to be worth it for each individual project and each individual study. And some of the challenges that I've had was trying to eliminate some of those wasted things, because I wanted to keep going. I can add this study in there, I can add this analysis, I can add this factoring in it, but I figured out at the end of the day there's really no reason for it. It's gonna be a lot more work with not a lot value added. But with that, you also don't want to skimp. You want to have all your facts, you want to have all your figures in there, so it's kind of a fine balance. But overall, I really enjoyed learning about this because I'm looking at buying a house right now, so it does kind of make me feel better that if my wife and I do buy a house, we're gonna be okay. But with that, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys think. Sorry if this video looks a little weird, but it's been great working with you guys this class. Thanks. Bye.